Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz on February 8, 2016 at 12:52 a.m. in Birmingham. And the topic is Temple Talk, or another rabbi had a vision that the temple was about to be built. And guys, this is number 4. There was 2 since September 28, 2015, and 2 this year. And this is not counting the one that the rabbi had written down in a dream that couldn't be read until a year after he died. And he too said that Netanyahu would be the PM who would build the temple of David. So that puts us in today's time. But on top of that, I want to tell you a couple things. Number one, since 2006 or 7, I've been taking a newsletter, the Temple Institute, and I'd get it weekly, and I'd read it weekly, and you could catch up on things that they were making for the temple. Everywhere from harps to menorahs to all the garments, all the furniture, everything that goes into the temple, even the garment, the perfect one, designed by God to be worn by the high priest, the high rabbi, that is the interceder between us and God inside the temple of David. These garments are ready. Even the Bible says the name of the intercessor, the name of the one who will go into the temple, and the only one that's allowed furthest inside. There's a veil between he and the Ark of the Covenant. His name is COHEN. And what made me think about him was when I left the police department. Of course, I had married a woman that owned a beauty shop in the city we worked for. And she had customers. About 50% of her business were Jewish. One of her customers' last name was Cohen. And she did this woman's hair. This man, her husband, was my customer. I had a service station in the same town, right across the street from the police department and 3 doors from my wife for 15 years right there. I knew a Cohen, and when I read in 2006, a Cohen is the one who will be the one in the temple. You know, that's excitement for me because I feel like I know an ancestor of the intercessor, the person that will be the mediator between God and us, the rest of the world. Okay, let's move on. So they have the garments made. They're ready. The menorahs made. It's ready, or they're ready. And the furniture that goes inside the temple, they're ready. Even the gold plating that everything is gold plated with is done, except the temple itself. Now, the last dream of the rabbi that died a year and 2 or 3 months ago was read, and he said Netanyahu would be the prime minister that would build the temple of David. The temple of David and the temple are 2 different things. The temple of David is a quickly put together temple. It's like the ones that they carried wherever they went in those days. And it's something that can be put together quickly. And then the real temple will be built around the temple of David. Temple of David is a temporary temple. And that will more than likely be the one that will be in place in the end times. But they're going to build it soon because Netanyahu is the one that'll do it. But I have a couple things to say about that that's kind of interesting. Again, even the staff, Psalms 110 verse 2 says, mysteriously the staff that was used by Moses, handed down to Jacob, to David, will mysteriously show up in those days. Well, they probably have it. Otherwise, this newsletter wouldn't have come out with the Temple Institute. And not only that, I got one thing to say. It drives me crazy. And to hear him say it makes me feel like these guys don't know a thing about the Bible. This TV series, you see that they're digging on Oak Island. This is in Canada. This is off a group of islands between Newfoundland and down toward Maine, but yet it's in Canada. Oak Island claimed to have a buried treasure. I don't know. First, I think it was 140 feet, and I think they upped it to 240. I don't know. But they're even thinking, wow, maybe the Ark of the Covenant's down there. Don't you bet on it. Look, the Ark of the Covenant is not in a mud hole 200 feet in the ground to be dug up by a bunch of Canadians on Oak Island. It ain't there. The Ark of the Covenant's in place. It's where it should be. It's under the old temple that has been destroyed. The menorah's there. The staff is there. The furniture's there. Everything needed to go inside the temple is there. Been there all along. You look all over the world for it, but the Jews know where it is. We don't. They do. And but I wanted to say that. And last, just wait for it. You're going to see this. Just wait for it. You're going to see the destruction of Damascus soon. And right on the heels of that, then you will see by the boasting over the thousands of years of the river Nile, and then the lower part of the Nile, which is all in Egypt, the most fertile land on earth, because of the Nile, that originates some 4,200 miles or something like that, and 20% of that river is in Egypt. Aswan low down, built somewhere in the 20s, and then the Aswan high, built much later. There's enough power coming out of a 15,000 foot wide dam, got like 1,200 feet at the base and 540 feet high, something like that. I wrote those things down one time. I don't know where they are. Well, maybe I do. But, yeah, I don't have it right here. But anyway, yeah, here it is. The dam is 12,570 feet wide, 364 feet high, 3,000 feet thick. It will take a nuclear bomb to destroy it. That will happen because Egypt is not mentioned in Ezekiel 38 and 39. The armies that come against Israel in that war, Ezekiel 38, 39 war. Egypt failed to continue to stand by Israel years ago. They have always protected Israel. But when Russia builds them this giant dam that supplied power to all of Egypt, then Egypt turns their attention, direction, to Russia is where it continues to lie. So Egypt's going to be destroyed. The dam's going to be flooded. There won't be any fish, any land, any people in that land for 40 years. Now, I know a nuclear blast that's in water won't prevent fish from growing or plants from growing, but this land will be a utter laid wasteland. Nothing will live, not even mosquitoes there. So, with that said, I think Damascus and then right behind it, Egypt, both are about to be destroyed soon. I think so. I think this year, easy this year. And but be ready. Things are going to they're going to hit us. And North Korea says, oh, we're going to shoot over an EMP on America. Well, if they shoot it southward, they're going to go over Australia, not over America. If they shoot it southeast, they're going to go to the western of the Marshall Islands, way western of Hawaii. So how can that possibly get here? Or way south, I'm sorry. So shooting it south is going to miss us unless they circle the world and come back around. And they don't have anything that can do that. By the way, we can take out anything well in advance before it gets here that comes out of North Korea. Jody with Expoz.